You're watching Blitz on Windstream Channel 4. I'm your host, Brian Carter. Sit back and enjoy the next 30 minutes. I'm going to kick off the show here at Dawson County High School with Jed Lacey. He's the boys and girls soccer coach. Coach Lacey, last year we had you on the show to talk about boys soccer. This year you have the honor of being able to talk about both since you coach both of them now, and we're happy to have you on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now, Coach, your Tigers 8-3 on the season, 3-0 in region play. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, 2-3 to start the season. The girls are in the same pocket. They're 7-4 at this current time, 2-1 in region play. They also started out 2-3. How are you able to overcome that 2-3 start on both sides and kind of get on a nice stretch where you're at now?
Well, it's kind of two different things. I was familiar with the boys because I was their coach the past 3 years, so we had to make a few changes. Definitely at center mid, we had to make a change. Probably our best player is Jose Miranda, and he was probably one of our forwards, but he was getting double teamed all the time and marked up. So we opened him up in space and put him at center mid. That really opened up the whole lanes. We made a radical change by moving our goalkeeper, who took us to state last year, moved Sam Edwards to forward, and I put a freshman in, Brooke Fulford, who's an incredible goalie. And that was kind of radical, but we did it, and it's worked. He's had 5 shutouts in 6 games, playing top-notch talent. You know, they're solid, so we weren't giving any goals up. We just couldn't score any. So after we made our changes and got Jose in the middle, it just completely opened up everything for us. And now we scored 23 goals in 3 games, so we're putting it in. On the girls' side, I didn't know him. I wasn't familiar with him. I just didn't know him. So we sat with them. We've made so many changes. It's unreal up there. We've moved everybody around until we found the right combination, and the combination that worked. So we finally got one going, and the girls went from 2-3. Now they're sitting 7-4, and then we lost the number 5 team in the state, Fannin, in double overtime PKs. They've beaten the number 4, who was the semifinal team last year, Thomasville. They beat them in PKs next game down in our South Georgia trip. So, it's been that kind of thing.
That's a good segue into my next question because I want you to go into the South Georgia trip. I know you're extremely excited about what happened down there. The guys, you go 4-0. Guys win 2 games. Girls win 2 games. Guys shut out the opponents 12-zip. And you talk about the opponents they face because I know you're excited about that, and the girls' side as well. And it got to be a great trip for you.
Well, we travel every year. We make a trip. We've gone to Jekyll Island 2 years in a row. Went to Savannah last year, played top-notch competition, and this year we went to Thomasville. We wanted to play the best, and so we wanted to play the defending state champion to see what we're all about. So, we planned this trip back in May. We went down there. We played Thomasville and Worth County, and we sold this game as the biggest game in school history. To kick the door in, we had to play the best, and this year we played Buford. We played Cross Keys. They're all ranked. And then we threw Thomasville on the defending state champs, and our kids were geeked. I mean, they went down there. We got out. We rolled down to that early afternoon on a Thursday, and I got to the hotel. And we were so fired up. I had to get them back in the hotel so they wouldn't load the bus so early. But we went down there, played a great team in Thomasville, beat them 3-0, and then the girls before that game, the girls played Thomasville. It was a semifinal team last year, and we beat them 4-3 in PKs. So it was just a great trip overall. The trip was fun, but coming back with 4 victories and beating the defending state champs was awesome.
It's historic, too. That's awesome. Like you said, the greatest wins in Dawson County history right there. Now, Coach, it's tough enough to have this kind of success for coaching just one team, but you have to coach not just the boys but also the girls and the JV teams. How in the world are you able to juggle all that?
I got a good coaching staff. We're very organized. I got 4 coaches. I got Dane Trusterud, I got Doug Myolin, George Graves, who's been with me for 3 years, and Benji Edwards, who moved up from the middle school with me. So, I got 5 coaches, myself included. We practice everything together. Boys and girls practice together. Some days we got varsity. Some day we do boys, varsity and JV. And, we just rotate it sometimes. But they do the same drills. It's good for the girls because we beat on them, we pound on them. We don't treat them as girls. There are players out there, and in the drill, if they get blown up, they get blown up. And they give it back. So it's made the girls a lot stronger. It's more organized. We don't have to move. But we divided the fields up. We got nice sized fields, and we got 68 kids in the program, and we practice them all at one time, and it works out well. So, and then the days the JV's got games, we're just doing that. Half practice, and but it's worked well. But it's come back to us very organized practices with a tremendous coaching staff. Is how it gets done. So,
yeah, Coach, and you're part of that tremendous coaching staff too. So now you've got 9 seniors combined on varsity, boys and girls, 9 combined.
Yes, sir.
Talk about what those seniors have been able to do. Establishing the leadership and the foundation they're able to lay for the future of the program.
Well, how it worked out, we picked 4 captains, boys and girls, and because we wanted to they all have teams. So each girl's in charge of 8 girls, each boy's in charge of 8 boys, and have their own team. So when we have something go down, those kids handle it before I have to handle it. And so it's worked out well. The leadership's been good. We actually had 13 captains 13 seniors in the beginning. They didn't want to be pushed this year. They didn't want to do what we had to do. We knew this was going to be a hardcore year, and some of the girls didn't want to be pushed like that. So the leaders, some of our girls are young. We got sophomore captains, and they've done well. So it's they had the leadership part of it's gone well. It was like we had a meeting with down in Thomasville. We actually had a little situation down there, and the captains called them in and fixed it. They pulled them out in the parking lot, and the girls handled it themselves. So it's been a great leadership. These kids want to win. They're hungry. And they're not going to let anything stop this season. And our goal is to have 2 teams go to state, and let's see if we can make a run. Last year, both teams went the first round of state. And, the girls only have 4 returning starters back off that team. We lost to goalkeep, and now we got Kenneth Seitz in goal, and she's made a complete difference in what's going on. So we got 2 good goalkeepers, got good teams, and we're planning on making a run this year.
Well, Coach Lacey, we hope you do make a great run in state this year. We appreciate you being on Blitz as always, and good luck to you the rest of the way. And like I said, I hope you get both those teams back in state and make a great run.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem, Coach. Now, when we come back after this short break, we're going to have a couple of Coach Lacey's players on the show. Cody Hall to represent the boys, and for the girls, Katie Pritchard, coming up next on Blitz.